Jor-El, the wise, noble father of Superman. The man who sent his only son to Earth become a beacon of hope, a guiding light, an example for all mankind. Unless you're James Gunn. Then apparently Jor-El was just a galactic frat boy with a god complex. Because why give us inspiration when you can give us insemination? What's up, you wonderful geeks and nerds out there? Welcome back to the Critical Nerd channel. I'm your host, Chris, and today we're diving headfirst into James Gunn's new Superman, a film that took one of the most fundamental pillars of superhero mythology and decided to set it on fire. We're living in a timeline where Superman's biological father, Jor-El, has been transformed from a noble scientist into what can only be described as a cosmic incel with a breeding kink. And I wish I was making this up. So let's break down this masterpiece of modern storytelling for you. Early on in the movie, our boy Clark gets a lovely message from his Kryptonian parents. First part is all sunshine and rainbows. We love you, son. Do good things. Make us proud. You know, the standard heartwarming Superman origin stuff we've known for decades. But hold on, wait a minute. There's a second part to the message. A part that conveniently got corrupted in transit. And who fixes it? Why, Lex Luthor, of course. Because when you want to uncover pure, unadulterated truth, you always turn to the hero's arch nemesis. Now, when Lex decrypts this message, or rest of the message, we discover that Jor-El, well, his real instructions were essentially, hey, son, you know these humans? They're kind of weak and stupid. So go rule over them, kill anyone who gets in your way, and oh yeah, take as many wives as you can and spread that superior Kryptonian genetic material like you're running a galactic breeding program. I'm sorry, what? I mean, I sat there in the theater and heard that and was just like, what did I just hear? Did James Gunn really just turn Superman's origin story into a rejected script for the boys? Because this sounds less like Superman and more like if Homelander had a Kryptonian dad giving him pep talks. And before you jump into the comments saying, oh, it's probably a Lex forgery. Nah, no it isn't. This film goes out of its way to confirm multiple times that part of the message is real. This is now canon. This is Jor-El's TED Talk from the Phantom Zone. Now, naturally, James Gunn has come out and defended this decision. In recent interviews, he said, and I quote, "I think that I was really careful with what I changed and didn't change about Superman." He was really careful. Really, James? Careful? You were careful when you turned Superman's father into a space colonizer with a harem fantasy? He also stated, "I had to trust myself to honor the pieces of Superman that we needed to keep and allow myself to make changes that wouldn't go against the integrity of the character." Ah, yes. Nothing screams integrity like rewriting a hero's origin story, so his dad sounds like he read Mein Kampf and Men's Health in the same sitting. Gunn also claims this has been done in the comics before. And sure, maybe it has. In some obscure alternative universe, that is. Elseworld storyline that sold 12 copies and was immediately forgotten by everyone except the most dedicated comic book archaeologists. Let's not pretend this was some universally loved or defining character arc. But here's the thing that really gets me, and I would guess a few others. This isn't just a bad creative decision. It's a lazy one. This whole evil alien dad twist, it's not original. This is a bootleg, watered down version of Robert Kirkman's Invincible, You know, the story specifically designed to deconstruct and subvert Superman-type characters, where the father figure intends to send his son to Earth to conquer the planet? So Gunn basically looked at Invincible and thought, you know what? Let's just do that with the actual Superman. I mean, it's like watching The Boys and deciding, this Homelander guy is just so edgy. Let's make Batman's parents drug dealers because subversion. It fundamentally misunderstands what makes Superman work. The beauty of Superman's origin has always been that both sets of parents, Jor-El and Lara on Krypton, and Martha and Jonathan Kent on Earth, instilled the same values in Clark, Superman. It's a story about how good people raise good children, regardless of their planet. But now, well, now Superman is only good because his human parents overrode the evil programming of his alien ones. That's not Superman. That's Omni-Man's origin with a red cape slapped on top. Now, predictably, the fan base, well, it's been mixed. And by mixed, I mean split between people desperately trying to convince themselves this is genius and people who see it for what it is, a cynical, tropey attempt to make Superman more interesting by making him fundamentally less Superman. Oh, and the copium is flowing. I've seen people online doing mental gymnastics that would make Simone Biles jealous. Well, maybe Lex Luthor did fake the message, they cry. Maybe it's setting up a future reveal. Folks, I got news for you. James Gunn himself has confirmed this is real. He's not playing some 4D chess here. And here's the beautiful irony in all this. Despite all the online discourse and defenders, well, the movie's struggling. It opened to 125 million worldwide, domestically. I should say 125 million domestically, 217 million worldwide. Excuse me for that flub there. That sounds impressive until you realize that even with inflation, it's kind of neck and neck with Man of Steel from 2013. Some people have debated me on this. I've seen the debate on the internet about this, but the numbers are the numbers. You look at Superman 2025 over a 4-day weekend, 125 million domestically. Man of Steel 2013, if you include Thursday, which they didn't back then, 4-day weekend, 128 million domestically. They're pretty much neck and neck. Now, this is a brand new Superman movie that's supposed to be kicking off a new cinematic universe. And it's performing on par with the film made 12 years ago that was supposedly too dark and not the real Superman. That's a big ouch. Now, the real tragedy here isn't just one bad plot twist. It's about a fundamental misunderstanding of what makes these characters timeless. Superman has endured for nearly a century. Well, 80 years. Not because he needs constant reinvention, but because he represents something pure and aspirational. So why do this? Why nuke Jor-El? Well, it's James Gunn, so the answer is for jokes. Throughout the movie, there are recurring gags about this secret harem and Superman trying to spread his genes. What used to be a powerful myth about morality and duality, the alien who chooses humanity, is now a punchline. When you turn Jor-El into a space supremacist, you're not making Superman more complex, you're making him less Superman. You're taking away the foundational myth that goodness transcends species. Kal-El used to wrestle with the beauty and tragedy of his two homes. Now, he just deletes his Kryptonian parents' voicemail and hits block number. So where does this all leave us here? I mean, in 2025, we have a Superman whose biological father told him to become a cosmic Chad. The last son of Krypton was sent not as a beacon of hope, but as a colonizer with a breeding mandate. And we're told this is respectful to the character. When Richard Donner's Jor-El said they only lack the light to show the way, we believed him. When Zack Snyder's Jor-El said they will stumble, they will fall, but in time they will join you in the sun, we felt it. But when James Gunn Jor-El says, go forth, Kal-El, and build a harem, we just cringe. So that's it for today's, folks. What do you think? Are you ready for Superman Galactic Breeding Program Edition? Or do you miss the days when Superman's dad just wanted him to be a good person? Let me know in the comments. Do you think Gunn will double down on this in the sequel? Are we getting a secret Lex faked it retcon? Smash that like button like Superman smashing cannon. Punch that subscribe button harder than Gunn punched Hope in the face. And until next time, stay skeptical. And remember, you can retcon your lore, but you can't retcon fan backlash. Critical Nerd, out.